Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Augusta T. So in today's video, I'm gonna speak about bad things happening to good people. Yes, bad things can happen to good people. So I know a lot of the times when people are going through difficult times, some people will just conclude, oh, it's because of the evil that he or she has done. But in this video, I'm gonna prove to you that it's not always the case, because bad things can happen to good people. So let's take the instance of Job. In the Bible, when we read about Job in Job 1, the Bible states that Job was a righteous man. He was a good man. But what did the enemy do? The enemy took permission to God to go and challenge Job's faithfulness to God. And God gave the enemy the permission to go and inflict Job. And the Bible says Job lost everything. Everything. He lost everything. But still, Job remained to be faithful, remained to be good, and remained to trust God. So, that is just one of so many instances in the Bible that proves that bad things can happen to good people. Let's take for Mary and Martha. Yes, Mary and Martha were good. They were friends of Jesus. Then their brother got sick, which was brother Lazarus. And Lazarus was a good man too. Lazarus was a friend of Jesus. And when he got sick, Mary and Martha called upon Jesus. But Jesus didn't come at that time. Jesus was busy preaching. And I know a lot of people will say, if it's our days now, I assume some people will say, just imagine, even his friend didn't come when they called him. Maybe he was bad to his friend, or he was mean to his friend. Just my thought, because the world that we are living now, people are so quick to judge. Probably some people have said that. And then he passed away. And then the sister called Jesus again. And Jesus didn't come right away. Then passed away after one day. Probably in those 3 days, they kept calling Jesus every day. The Bible didn't state whether they kept calling him like every day after his death before he finally came. But when he died, the Bible stated that they called him. And he didn't come. He came 3 days after Lazarus died. That time the body was decomposing. And when he came, he did the miraculous. So people around will say, imagine their brother just passed away like that. Some people will say they are bad families. Even the brother's friend didn't come when the brother was sick. It's just my thought, because these are the way people talk. These are the way people think. And let's talk about Job. Imagine someone that have wealth, have a lot of properties. He has servants. He has wives. And he lose all of them. His children. Imagine. So these are just examples to show that bad things can happen to good people. So stop judging out there. So we're going to read a little passage in Job and see how righteous Job was, and see some of those things that happened to him. We're going to read just a little piece of those scriptures so you can see that a good man like Job went through a lot. So stop judging people. And if you are that person that is going through a lot, and you know in your heart you are a good person, you love God, just stay strong. Just stay strong. Don't worry about what people will think, because they will definitely think. But one thing you should know, that it is just a phase, and it's gonna pass off. It's just a phase, and it's gonna be over one day. So in Job 1, let's just read. That's why I say we're just gonna read a little bit. In Job 1 verse 1, going down, we're going to read some few scriptures. It said, there was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and the man was perfect and upright, and one that fears God, and eschew evil. Like he fears God and he doesn't like evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. This man, it is perfect. That's what the Bible says. He has children, he has wealth, like he has everything. You know, his substance also was 7,000 sheep, oh God, and 3,000 camel, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all men of the east. You imagine? He was the greatest of all men of the east. He was rich. Okay. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offering according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and caused God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. This man is perfect. He loves his children. See, he will pay. He will just do sacrifices for his sons, his children. Say maybe they have sinned. He wants them to know God. He wants them to go to heaven. Like he prayed for them. He does everything that a parent does. He's so loving. He has a beautiful family. He's perfect. I just read those few scriptures, and imagine he lost everything. He lost everything. On top of him losing everything, he became sick. He became sick. He became sick. And there is one time in the Bible, because his wife was so surprised that even in his adversary, it remained to be good. It remained to be good. He kept trusting God. And this day, the wife said, why can't you curse God and die? And Job did it. So, these are just examples to prove that bad things can happen to good people. Bad things can happen to good